Our story begins as we fade up on a large circus tent. Some bouncy circus music plays as we hear the sounds of a crowd applauding and general merriment abound. Soon, we are inside the tent at the center ring of the circus. The ringmaster, Pirelli, a very stereotypical Italian man, almost like Stromboli from Pinocchio, is soaking in the cheers with a big showy grin.
Thank you so much. You're all far too kind. Weren't those elephants amazing, folks, eh? Eh? Well, we're gonna go from a something amazing to a something very funny. Right now, for your enjoyment, ladies and gentlemen, Pirelli Circus's very own young protege clown, Rooster!
There is a tremendous fanfare. Silence. There is no Rooster. Pirelli gestures to a spotlight that shines a few feet away. Again, nothing happens. The audience murmurs in confusion as Pirelli nervously smiles.
Uh, I said, here's a rooster!
Still no Rooster. Pirelli lets out an angered growl, but maintains a plastered smile for the crowd.
Rooster, he's being a little shy, folks. But un momento, I'll go and get him. I'm gonna kill that kid.
Pirelli storms off into the backstage area of the circus tent, where we can see a figure hunched over an open chest, fishing through it for something. Pirelli frowns and slowly, silently, stalks towards the figure.
Where are they? Oh gosh, where could they be? They were here last night when I closed this stupid chest.
Ahem.
Hold on a second, I'm looking for something.
Ahem.
I said hold on. Sheesh, so impatient around here.
Rooster!
Gah! Oof.
Rooster flinches and bangs his head on the top of the chest by accident. Soon, he turns and nervously eyes Pirelli.
Mr. Pirelli, hello, sir.
Don't hello, sir, me, you little idiot! The audience, she's waiting for you! There's a dead air right now, you bumbling little fool!
I'm so sorry, Mr. Pirelli, but I can't find my juggling balls. I can't do my act without them. I know they didn't just get up and walk away.
With a frown, Pirelli kicks Rooster in the behind.
Forget the damn juggling balls! Get out of there before I rip your head off!
Pirelli kicks Rooster a second time, and Rooster scurries off into the main area.
Ouch! I'm going.
Rooster finally makes his way into the spotlight to cheers and applause as he puts on a big showy grin and waves to the crowd.
Hiya, folks. Rooster here. Cock-a-doodle-doo! I'm sorry I'm late. I just flew in from Phoenix, and boy, are my arms tired. Okay, so, I'll be honest with you folks. I had a nice juggling act and tricks to show all you lovely people, but, it appears my juggling balls were getting way too dizzy, so they rolled off in protest. So, gee, what can I do for you fine folks?
Rooster spies Pirelli watching from the wings, and he shrugs helplessly as Pirelli frowns and does a throat slash gesture at him. Rooster gulps, then nervously chuckles. Rooster's eyes light up, and he rushes over to a rack full of Greek cream pies and grabs two of them.
I know. I'll do a pie throwing trick. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do, folks. I'm going to toss these pies up into the air, run around, and let them splat onto the top of my head. But to make it tricky, I'm going to throw them in different directions. Ooh, sounds tough, right? But trust me, both of those pies are going to land right on me. Observe.
A drum roll is heard as Rooster flings the 2 pies high up into the air. He sprints towards the first pie's trajectory, then cranes his neck as if awaiting for the pie to hit him. Unfortunately, the pie lands just to the left of him. The crowd laughs as Rooster slowly peers down at the pie.
Oops, missed it by that much. Okay, I'd better race to get to that other pie before it...
Ah!
Uh-oh. Please don't let it have hit, Mr. Pirelli. Please don't let it have hit, Mr. Pirelli.
Rooster looks over at Pirelli, who is fuming, dripping with pie cream on him. Rooster gulps nervously.
It hit, Mr. Pirelli.
Pirelli begins to storm towards Rooster, who nervously gulps, then smiles to the audience.
I think I left a cake in the oven. Pardon me, please.
Rooster hurries off from another side entrance to the backstage area as Pirelli gets to the center ring.
Wait until I get my hands on that kid, Rooster, ladies and gentlemen. What a silly clown, eh? Okay, well, we're gonna bring out the lion tamer now. So get ready, folks.
From here, we dissolve to later on that evening. The circus event has ended and the tent is being dismantled. The performers, meanwhile, are milling around backstage, all of them being given envelopes, presumably with their pay in them. Rooster is among the people waiting for an envelope, and he grins and rubs his hands together with glee.
Oh boy. Payday. I can't wait to have some money burning a hole in my pocket. There's several comic books and monster movies I've been itching to buy.
An unseen figure hands Rooster an envelope.
Thank you. Okay, here we go. The grand total of...
Rooster opens the envelope and reaches into it. A beat. He raises a brow and holds the envelope upside down, shaking it several times. A second beat. Then...
Nothing? No money. I've been had. Swindled. Ugh. I'm gonna go see Mr. Pirelli to get to the bottom of this.
Rooster stomps off towards Pirelli's office. Pirelli is in there, meanwhile, calmly stewing, smoking a cigar as he does. We soon hear Rooster pounding on his door.
Come in.
Rooster storms into Pirelli's office and slams the empty envelope onto Pirelli's desk.
Mr. Pirelli, what's the meaning of this? Huh? There's no money in my pay envelope. Everyone got paid except for me. Why?
An ominous silence. Pirelli slowly blows out some cigar smoke and leans forward towards Rooster. Rooster gulps, then lets out a nervous chuckle.
Yeah, no, yeah. Now, sir, you seem kinda busy. Maybe I'll just come back later.
No, Rooster. Stay. I insist. So, you want to know why the envelope, she's empty?
Uh,
Well, let's see. Maybe, just a maybe, it's because you've been nothing but a bumbling idiot these last few months!
What?
These last several stops on this tour, Rooster. You're constantly screwing up the tricks. You're late. You sleep past call time. You're stubborn and obnoxious. And, worst of all, you ruined my best ringmaster outfit with that damn pie cream. Those stains, they don't come out. So what do? I simply deduct the funds out of your pay for your screw-ups.
But you can't do that. I'm a performer. Performers are supposed to get paid.
Not when they screw up, they don't.
I have a good mind to quit. Right here, right now.
Bah, quit? Rooster, you forget. I have you under contract until you're 18. You work for me until then. Not a day sooner.
My parents would never agree to this.
Well, you's parents ain't here no more, eh? They both died, remember?
I remember, because of the faulty trapeze wire that you claimed was safe. Well, it wasn't safe when it snapped 2 years ago.
Hey, that's show business, kid.
You heartless, greedy monster. I don't care about that stupid contract. I'm walking off to find some other kind of life. I'll get myself free somehow. You'll see. I'll leave tonight if I have to.
Pirelli growls and grabs Rooster by the hair, pulling him closer.
Ugh!
You try escaping. I slit your throat. You understand me? Don't think I'm a bluffing. I'd snap your neck right here, right now, if I could. Get this through your thick skull, you little worm. I own you. You work for me. Got it?
Got it?
Good. Now get out of my sight. Go and get ready to get on the train with the others to get to the next city. And God help you if you aren't on that train when we leave.
Rooster timidly nods and scurries off. Once he is out of the room, he fights back tears for a few moments, then wipes them from his eyes.
No. I can't let anyone see me cry. I have to stay strong.
He wipes his eyes with his sleeve and goes off. We soon fade to later that night. A large train with the words Pirelli Circus emblazoned on the side of it is chugging along to its next destination. As it goes along, Rooster pops his head out from a side window, then, quickly but carefully, he climbs up onto the top of the train. He gazes out at the passing countryside, then spots a nearby lake coming up.
Oh gosh, what would I give to get out of the circus? To get away from mean old Mr. Pirelli. To be free as a bird.
Rooster trails off into silence as the lake comes closer and closer. Soon, his eyes narrow. A plan seems to be hatching in his mind. He slowly steadies himself and eyes the lake.
Mr. Pirelli said to get on the train. He never said anything about jumping off the train.
With one inhale, then exhale, Rooster takes a few steps, then leaps off the train and into the lake.
Farewell!
Rooster splashes into the lake as the train chugs off into the night. Silence for several moments. Then, soon, we see the top of Rooster's head bob to the surface, then slowly head to the edge of the lake and dry land. Rooster comes up, sputtering, chattering, and shivering as he gets onto dry land and stands.
Gah, holy smokes, that was cold. Cold. Whew. Okay, dry land. Thank goodness. I did it! I did it! I escaped. I'm free. Wahoo! No more Pirelli, no more lousy pay. I escaped with nothing but the clothes on my back. I didn't take any supplies with me. I just jumped into this lake without planning ahead. Uh-oh. Did I make a poor decision? Am I totally boned right now? And where am I gonna sleep? Where am I gonna go in the morning? No. Rooster, don't let the negatives creep in on the positive. It's like Mom and Dad always said. If the negatives come waltzing in, and the negatives win. I just have to improvise. That's all. But hey, for now, I'm just gonna celebrate my newfound freedom.
As Rooster slowly starts to walk along the edge of the lake, he begins to recite to himself, very happy, very positively.
Ain't found a way to kill me yet. Eyes burn with stinking sweat. Seems every path leads me to nowhere. Here they come to snuff the rooster. Oh yeah, here come the rooster. Yeah. You know, he ain't gonna die. No, no, no. Oh, you know, he ain't gonna die.
As Rooster trails off from his recitation, he spies some nearby moss and, crawling up into it, he cuddles up to sleep.
This should keep me warm. Might as well try and get some sleep. In the morning, I'll find the nearest town to get some help.
With that, Rooster yawns and slowly closes his eyes, drifting off to sleep. We fade out, then fade into the next morning. Rooster is snoring, still asleep underneath his moss blanket as, with some banjo music playing in the background, a boy dressed somewhat in hillbilly-like clothes comes ambling onto the scene, a bucket of worms in one hand, a fishing pole in the other. This is Emmett. He smiles as he plops down by the edge of the lake, mere feet from the sleeping rooster, and begins to bait the hook on his fishing pole with a worm.
Yuck! Oh boy, first nice day in weeks. And that means one thing. A time for me to fish. Pop says the fish are just like jelly beans this time of year. I can't wait to catch them all. Okay, here we go.
Emmett casts his line into the water, then waits eagerly. After several moments, he gives his fishing pole a shake, then a second, then a third.
Ah, consarn it. Where's the fish? Oh, yeah. Pop said I had to be patient. It's okay, fish. I can wait. Take your time.
Suddenly, from within the moss blanket, we can hear Rooster snoring, which surprises Emmett.
Golly, heard of fish jumping, but fish snoring? That sure is crazy.
Suddenly, Emmett's line is tugged on. Emmett gasps in delight and stands up, struggling to reel the fish in.
Got a nibble! Got one! Holy cow! This thing is putting up a fight! It must be a 20. No, 40. No, 60-pounder! Pa's gonna be so proud of me! I'll get the sucker one way or the other.
Emmett begins to step closer and closer to the sleeping rooster, seemingly unaware of his presence underneath the moss blanket.
A little bit more, and
Emmett finally takes one last big step, and he crunches onto Rooster's arm. Rooster snorts awake in considerable pain.
Ow, my arm, my arm.
what?
Emmett stumbles and falls onto Rooster, and the two boys are now in a tangled moss heap as Emmett's fishing pole slides away, presumably from the fish holding the bait, and into the water.
Get off of me! Get off of me!
You get off me!
Soon, Emmett gets into a seated position, as does Rooster. The two boys look at the now sinking fishing pole.
Fishing pole! Oh no!
Emmett looks to Rooster, frowns, then roughly whaps his shoulder with his fist.
You big idiot! It's your fault my fishing pole was gone.
My fault? Maybe you should have been watching where you were stepping, egghead.
Those there words sound like fighting words to me.
I don't like to use these hands for anything other than juggling, but if I have to deck some Looney Tune in the nose, I will.
Deck me? Not if I deck you first, butt breath.
keep on talking, you yokel, and I'll slam you into next week.
Pa always told me that when loudmouths like you start squawking, to knock their beaks loose.
Well, your paw sounds like a bird brain to me.
You! Oh yeah, I can tell you. I'll say, oh yeah, ugly, elephant say, okay.
I do not look like an elephant's butt.
Wait, you understand what I just said?
Well, duh, it's Pig Latin.
You know Pig Latin?
I sure do.
Oh, shoot, that's great. I thought I was the only one around here who knew Pig Latin. I wanted to shout at bullies and grouch it out to mess with them.
Me too.
It's yay, Rooster play, ote, eat me, ooye, and fray.
Ethe, Escher play, Isie, Alie, Iname, Ime, Udge, Anime.
Ise, iwe, ide, they, ikinche, oscray, ate, oedre.
Iwe, Ote, Edge, Ote, Ethe, Othrie, Idise.
Say, you're all right, buddy. You're okay. But, I can't say I've ever seen you around here before. What's your name?
I'm Rooster. I, just dropped in last night. I'm new around town. What's your name?
Emmett's the name.
Emmett spits into his hand and offers a hearty handshake to Rooster, who looks quite certain he doesn't want to do that.
Here's to new friends.
New friends. Sounds good to me.
No, it ain't official till we shake on it.
Emmett squishes his hand into Rooster's with a handshake.
Put her there, new buddy.
How charming, say Emmett. What's the closest way into town? I have to get my bearings.
Well, shoot. It's not too far from here. Fine, I'll bring you to Pappy.
Pappy?
Yep, he's the oldest and wisest feller in town. He knows everything about it. If I can help you, it's Pappy.
Well, great. Bring me to Pappy.
It's Pappy.
With that, the two boys head off down a path into town. We soon see the two boys coming up towards a sign. It reads, "Welcome to Hokeville."
Hokeville?
Hokeville. It's the name of our town.
A beat. Emmett puts his hand reverently to his heart and sighs happily.
My home, sweet home.
Better than that dusty old train of Mr. Prelly's.
The two boys head into town and towards a large barn-like building at the center of town.
Where are we headed?
Where? Hokeville Honk Tonk. That's Pappy's place of business. The kids in town go there a lot to hang out and dance, and you too. You can meet them. Don't worry. Vouch for you.
Inside the honky-tonk, several boys are already gathered, milling about the room as Pappy, a grizzled but kindly-looking old man, wipes down a nearby counter. Soon, a group of the boys go up to Pappy, and one of them motions to the jukebox.
Hey, Pappy, can we put on some music? We want to do some scuffling.
Well, I don't see why not. But don't you boys hurt each other. And don't break no dishes either.
Yes, sir.
With that, the boy goes up to the jukebox and presses a few buttons. Then he and several other boys go to the center of this room as the song starts up.
Señores y señoras, nosotros tenemos más influencia con sus hijos que tú tienes, pero los queremos. Creado y regado de Los Ángeles, Juana's Adicción.
And so, as the music plays, the boys all begin to playfully bounce off of each other, an almost glorified mosh pit of sorts. As this scuffling goes on, Emmett and Rooster walk in.
Oh boy, the other fellas are scuffling.
Scuffling? There's a fight going on?
Nah, not a fight. It's just friendly bouncing around and tussling as we dance. Let's just say it's a way for us to blow off steam and have fun.
I'd hate to see you guys when you get angry at each other.
Hey, Emmett, come join us in some scuffling.
Hey, here I come, fellas.
Emmett bounds into the group of boys scuffling and he bounces off of several of them, as Rooster watches with fascination. Soon, one of the boys motions to Rooster.
Who's the new kid, Emmett?
Oh, that's Rooster. He just moved here last night. But don't worry, he's cool.
Oh yeah. Hey, new kid, come scuffle with us.
Me?
Yeah, come on in.
Oh, no thanks, fellas. I'll just watch.
No?
No, I'm kind of tired actually, but it looks like fun, this whole scuffling thing. So, you guys have yourselves a ball.
Rooster, shh! Don't say that.
What? What am I doing wrong?
Saying no to a scuffling invitation is just about the worst thing a kid can do. You always say yes, cause if you don't,
Hey, fellas, the new kid is saying no. Why don't we help him get his feet wet?
The other boys cheer and grab Rooster and bring him onto the dance floor.
What the? Hey, put me down. Let go.
they force you in.
The boys begin to knock Rooster around in the scuffle. Rooster, like a deer in headlights, can only just let the boys pinball him back and forth.
Ouch! Ow! Ugh.
Rooster, come on, go back. Don't let them stomp all over you.
But, oof, how am I supposed to scuffle back? Ugh.
Let's do what I was doing.
And that works?
Better than being bashed around. Do it quick before these guys turn into goo on the floor.
Okay, I'll try.
Rooster, determined, begins to jostle a few of the boys, who jostle him back. Rooster stumbles slightly, but gets right back into it and pinballs a few of the boys aside. The boys, now starting to be won over, grin and scuffle with Rooster, who starts to take command of the mosh pit.
There you go. You got it, Rooster.
I do? Hey, I guess I do.
Rooster, Emmett, and the boys continue to laugh and jostle each other as the song reaches its breakdown.
Give me that, give back your automobile. Turn off that smokestack and that goddamn radio. Come along with me, along with the TV. Oh no.
The boys laugh and scuffle some more as Pappy watches Rooster, nodding along in approval. Thus, the song has ended. The boys all whoop and cheer, patting Rooster on the shoulder as they do.
Hey, great job, new kid. You're all right.
No fooling?
No fooling.
I taught him everything he knows.
Yeah, sure, Emmett. Oof, this is gonna hurt in the morning, I can tell.
After a while, you get hit so many times, your whole body gets numb. It's super neat.
Pappy, meanwhile, motions for Emmett and Rooster to come over.
Oh, there's Pappy. Come on, I'll introduce you.
Emmett goes up to Pappy and, all pomp and circumstance, motions to Rooster.
Pappy, this here's Rooster. He's new in town. He came in last night.
Pleasure to meet you, Pappy.
Rooster firmly shakes hands with Pappy, who nods in approval. Nice to see someone well-mannered when they introduce themselves. And that's a mighty strong handshake you got there too, son.
I guess all of my time spent juggling has paid off.
So, you moved here last night, eh? I don't remember seeing no moving trucks around this here town, and no new adults either. You got a ma? A pa?
Oh, well, uh,
Come on now, it ain't that hard a question. Where's your parents? I'd like to meet them as well.
well, sir, it's a. The thing is.
After a beat, Pappy slowly motions for Emmett to go off. Emmett, give us a moment, you hear?
Yes, sir.
Emmett goes off to join the other boys as Pappy motions Rooster closer. Rooster, was it? Son, the one thing I'd heavily advise, don't you start anything based on a lie. I can tell you're holding something back. You ain't a runaway, are you?
I.
If you're afraid I'm going to call wherever it is you came from, don't be. All I want is honesty, Sonny. Now, what's the situation?
I did run away from something. Yeah. A place where I wasn't happy. I had to leave it. Sir, you must understand. I was going.
You don't have to give me any details. As long as you ain't fibbing, as long as I got honesty, I'll let it drop. Unless you want to talk later.
I think I might.
Meanwhile, one of the boys is peeking out the nearby window. He soon grins with delight and looks to the other boys.
Hey, the girls are coming. They're all making their way here.
The girls?
Emmett eagerly smiles. Then he fixes his hair briefly and slowly sniffs under one of his armpits. He blanches at the smell.
Oof. When was the last time I took a bath? 3 days ago? I think. I'm sure it's fine.
Soon the door to the honky-tonk opens and a gaggle of girls enter, all giggling and excited. They greet the boys and proceed to have conversations with them, as Emmett spots a particular girl come in, and his eyes light up in delight. The girl is a sweet, demure, girl-next-door type. She smiles as well. It is Emmett's cousin Daisy. He goes over and he gives her a warm hug and greeting.
Hey, Cousin Daisy.
Hi, Tom. It's so good to see you.
Shoot, where have you been, Daisy? I feel like I haven't seen High nor Harriet.
Well, you know Aunt Gertrude and Uncle Phineas wanted to go see a hog farm in Boatsville, right? Well, Uncle Phineas, he was so tickled by them he insisted we all stay for vacation. Well, since we're all on summer break for school, Aunt Gertrude just shrugged and said, well, shoot, Phineas, why not? We just came back today.
A hog farm? You went and saw a hog farm? Without me? Ugh, I never get to do kind of fun stuff.
I'm sorry.
There is more general chatter among the kids as Daisy and Emmett head over to Pappy and Rooster, whose back is to them.
Hey, Pappy, look! Cousin Daisy is back from her hog vacation.
Hello, Pappy.
Hello, Daisy, darling.
Hey, let me introduce you to my new buddy, Rooster. Rooster, meet my cousin Daisy. Daisy, this is Rooster.
Rooster turns to greet Daisy. He locks eyes with her and he is immediately smitten.
Nice to meet you. Daisy.
Likewise, Rooster. Golly, Rooster sure is a funny name for a fella, but that's all right. You make up for it by being awfully handsome.
You, brother.
Handsome?
Uh-huh.
Soon, the scenery and people around Daisy and Rooster seem to vanish as music plays, and Rooster stares, dazed and smitten, at Daisy, who bats her eyes, smiles, daintily giggles, and gazes right back.
song from days of yore. Here you come a knocking, knocking on my door. Well, I've never met a girl like you before.
Soon, seemingly from nowhere, we hear Emmett's voice calling out to Rooster.
Rooster? Rooster! Hey, Rooster!
Huh? What? What happened?
You were all quiet, staring goo-goo at a daisy.
I was?
Yeah. Why, if I didn't know any better, I'd say. Oh, shoot.
Well, what?
I think you're smitten with my cousin Daisy. At first sight, you are smitten, ain't you?
Well, I am. Yeah.
Well.
Listen, Emmett, I don't mean nothing bad by it. I'm not gonna be a fresh or a brute. I promise. I just.
Oh, shoot, don't get nervous. Glad to hear it. Maybe I'm biased because she's my cousin, but I think she's awfully sweet and pretty too. And she's been real lonesome like lately. The fellas, they're nice to her and all. They seem to gravitate to the other girls, not her.
Well, I sure as heck want to be the one to gravitate.
Well, excellent. I'm gonna go tell her right now.
Hold it! Emmett, don't you know the first thing about courting a girl? You can't just shout, "That fella likes a girl." Girls don't go for that kind of thing. You have to play cool. Be subtle. You have to approach it delicately.
Oh, delicately. Right, sure. I can do that. Cousin Daisy, Rooster wants to dance with you.
Emmett, no!
Soon, giggling sweetly, Daisy approaches Rooster with two girls following her.
Is that true, Rooster? You want to dance with little old me?
Well,
Emmett nods eagerly. Rooster frowns and stomps on Emmett's foot as Emmett grimaces in pain and hops on his other foot.
yeah, I would, yeah, with your permission, of course.
Permission granted.
But really? I mean, wonderful.
See, sometimes being direct works.
You're right, buddy. I owe you one.
You can start by getting me some ice for my foot.
Later, Emmett, later.
Emmett limps off as, meanwhile, Daisy turns to the two girls that were behind her.
I'll catch up with you later, girls. For now, Rooster and I are gonna share a dance.
Okay, Daisy. Gee, she's right. He is handsome.
Very handsome. You two have fun now.
The two girls go off, giggling, as some music plays and Rooster and Daisy link hands and begin to dance, with Rooster taking the lead.
Oh, my, you're light on your feet, Rooster.
I guess being a circus clown and moving all about, I picked it up naturally.
A circus clown? Ooh, that sounds mighty fun. Is there a circus coming to town? Is your circus coming? Gosh, I'll buy a ticket to cheer you on if it is. Me and my ma and pa, and I'm sure Emmett will come too.
Well, not exactly coming to town, no. More like as far away from me as possible.
Huh?
Nothing. Nothing.
So, Rooster, did you just move here?
Well, not exactly.
You sure say an awful lot of not exactly.
Sorry, it's just that my life story is kind of complicated. If my life were a book right now, there'd be a big plot twist. A multi-chapter plot twist.
Golly.
Don't worry, I won't bore you with the details. It's way too much to explain.
You can bore me with all the details you want, Rooster.
I could?
Absolutely.
Well...
Meanwhile, the boy from earlier looks out the window again, and he groans in horror.
Oh no. Oh, this is terrible.
What's going on?
Yeah, what got you all anxious, bud?
It's Mud. He's coming this way.
Oh no, not him.
Uh-oh. I thought Mud was back in juvie. Again.
I guess he got out early, but here he comes, and he looks like he's in a sour mood.
He's always in a sour mood.
Mud? Who's Mud?
Only the biggest, most obnoxious boy in town. He's nothing but a bully. And what's worse, he has eyes for me.
He does?
He's right by the door. Here he is.
The door suddenly slams open, squashing the boy. He groans and peels out from behind the door, dazed.
Comes.
Into the honky-tonk steps Mud, a dirty, shabbily dressed, somewhat older-looking boy with a menacing look on his face. The kids all nervously back away from Mud as he stalks around them, shoving aside a few boys and leering at the girls as he does.
My name's Mud. My name's Mud. Not to be confused with Bill or Jack or Pete or Dennis. My name's Mud. It's always been. 'Cause I'm the most boring son of a gun you've ever seen. I dress in blue, yes, navy blue, from head to toe. I'd rather drive except my patient's shoes. I make 'em shine, or most of the time. Except today, my feet are trodden on by this friend of mine. 6'2" and as rude as hell. Got him get to the ground before he starts to smell. My name's Mud.
In the ground?
Don't listen to him. He just makes up stories to scare us.
Knowing Mud, it might not be made up.
He just exaggerates. We all know that.
Mud spots Daisy and grins, spitting out of the side of his mouth, then wiping his lips, belching once, and grinning. Daisy groans and turns away from Mud, who shoves Emmett aside, then Rooster.
Out of my way, dorks. Hey, Daisy, darling.
Hello, Mud.
Oh, come on now. You ain't glad to see me out and about, Daisy?
Mud takes Daisy's hand in his and gives it a very dirty, very sloppy kiss. Daisy, repulsed, pulls her hand back and wipes it frantically.
Mwah.
No, I most certainly am not glad. What were you in juvie for this time, Mud? Beating somebody up?
Nah, nothing like that. I nearly borrowed a car so I could get around faster. Wasn't my fault the dumb farmer I borrowed it from wanted to holler that I stole it.
Borrowed? What a crop.
No one asked for your opinion, did they, butthead?
What?
Mud grabs Emmett by the collar and pulls him in closer, rearing back a fist to strike him.
Maybe if I smash your jaw, you won't be yakking so much about me, right?
Suddenly, Rooster frowns and pushes Mud away from Emmett, then takes a protective stance in front of Daisy and Emmett.
Say you leave him alone, why don't you? And leave Daisy alone too while you're at it. In fact, leave everyone alone here.
The kids all nervously inch away from Rooster and Mud, as Mud frowns and looms over Rooster, who nervously locks eyes with Mud.
Who's this loser? I never seen him before.
I'm Rooster. What's it to you?
Rooster? That's a stupid name.
Not as stupid as Mud is.
Look here. I ain't gonna let some sissy city boy talk like that to me.
Don't put your hands on me, you big goof.
You're asking for it, nerd boy.
All eyes turn to Pappy, who walks up to Mud and Rooster, a calm but commanding tone to his voice. You two boys need to just quiet down and stop this here fighting. 'Cause if I have to get involved, you'll both be black and blue. Now, Mud, go on and get. Quit bothering these other kids. They were all just having a good time before you came slithering in.
Bruh, mind your own business, old man.
Pappy is now the one looming over Mud. He speaks in a commanding tone. Say that again, boy. A little louder. For the moment, Mud slowly backs down.
I'm leaving 'cause I wanna, not because some old mummy is making me. You just made yourself a big enemy, sissy boy. And when you admit you missed me, come on over and see me, Daisy baby.
Mud smirks and does a few disgusting kissing noises in Daisy's direction as she, repulsed, shudders in horror. With one last leer at Rooster, Mud slowly walks out of the honky-tonk.
Ugh, he makes my skin crawl.
Me too. He's crude, crass, and rude.
Daisy, were you and Mud ever a thing?
Absolutely not. Ugh. I wouldn't want to be his girl if my life's painted on it. But that no good bully seems to think I'm all gaga for him. Ugh. That couldn't be further from the truth.
Rooster, it sure was brave of you to stand up to Mud like that.
It was? Wasn't it?
It was. Also kind of stupid. Because when Mud says you made an enemy of him, he means it.
He does?
He does, which is why I think for the time being, you ought to stay here. He won't dare come back here if he knows I'll give him a whooping.
Pappy, I don't want to be an inconvenience.
It's fine by me. I could use the company, but if you're going to stay here, you're going to need to pitch in and work. Cleaning, dusting, running errands. I'll pay you for your time, but you need to work hard. Deal?
Deal.
A job? Tough luck, Rooster. Here one day and got roped into doing work.
Oh, hush up, Emmett. I think a boy with a steady job is wonderful.
Daisy bats her eyes and looks adoringly at Rooster, who smittenly giggles and looks away.
I mean, thank you, Daisy. That's nice of you to say.
All right, you young'uns. That's enough excitement for today. Go on and head out. Get some fresh air. Rooster and I have some cleaning up to do.
Come on, everyone. Let's go to the park.
The kids all head off. Emmett pats Rooster on the shoulder sympathetically, then follows. Daisy lingers behind as she and Rooster shyly gaze at one another. That means you too, Daisy.
Oh, sorry, Pappy. I'll see you around. Bye, Rooster.
Bye, Daisy.
Daisy giggles and walks out as Rooster watches her leave with a smitten grin. Pappy gazes at this with a smirk, then tosses Rooster a dish rag. Hey there, Romeo. If you can tear your eyes away for a moment, help me clean up. Start by wiping down the tables while I do the dishes.
Yes, sir.
With that, Pappy and Rooster get to work. We cut to a few hours later, where Rooster is carrying a stack of boxes and places them on a shelf. He slowly wipes his brow with his sleeve, backs up a step, then looks to Pappy.
Phew. Hey, Pappy, I'm all done here.
Nice work, Rooster. Here you go, as agreed. Pappy hands Rooster some money as Rooster eagerly grins and pockets it. Some pocket money for a good day's work.
Thanks. This will really help. Ever since, well, I came here with nothing in my pockets.
Rooster, now that it's just the two of us without the other kids around, be straight with me. Did you run away from home? A bad situation?
Well,
Rooster, come on now. I know we've not known each other long, but you can trust me. Just be honest with me.
yes and no. I did run away, but not from home. My mother and father didn't do anything wrong. In fact, they didn't do anything, period. They're both gone.
Gone? I'm sorry. When did it happen?
2 years ago, my parents and I, we worked in a circus. There were trapeze artists. I was a clown in training. Well, one night during a show, my parents were doing their usual stunts, and, well, the wire snapped. They went straight down, missed the net, and everything. And the man we worked for, Mr. Pirelli, he didn't care. He just had their bodies taken away and ordered us to work the next night.
What a cold, miserable, horrible man.
It's why I finally ran away from the circus. I couldn't take it anymore. I felt like I was a mindless drone. He micromanaged me almost to death. He never showed me any compassion, any mercy. I feel like I would have eventually died too if I stayed there. So I jumped off of the circus train and wound up in this town.
My goodness. Rooster, you are one brave kid, that's for sure.
Thanks. It doesn't hurt that this town has been great so far. Well, besides that bully Mud, that is. Emmett and you and Daisy.
She's thrown you for a lovesick loop, hasn't she?
I guess I'm being obvious about my crush on her. Huh?
Well, knowing the way you gazed at her when she was leaving earlier, there was also the matter of that. Pappy motions to a scrap of paper on a nearby counter. Rooster has doodled several hearts on it, with the initials R and D in each one. Rooster blushes and looks away.
Oh,
You know, it's not too late. If you were to, I don't know, not be too late coming back, and careful not to bump into Mud, why don't you go and find Daisy and talk with her?
could I?
Go on, lover boy, go and find her. But don't you be fresh now, you hear?
Yes, sir. I promise. Woohoo! Here I come, Daisy.
Rooster eagerly sprints out the door as Pappy chuckles. Young love, ain't it grand? Though hopefully that little jerk Mud isn't lurking around to try and root. Meanwhile, outside, Rooster does a calm but still brisk jog through town, looking around for any sign of Daisy.
Ah, I should have asked Pappy where Daisy lives first. This could take hours.
On cue, Rooster turns a corner and spies Daisy sitting on a bench, gazing out into the evening sky. He skids to a halt, then grins.
Or not. Yoo-hoo! Daisy!
Oh, Rooster.
Rooster shyly approaches Daisy as she, in turn, stands, shyly looks away, then looks back at Rooster.
Daisy.
Rooster. Would you like to do
something
together
together
with me sometime?
I'd love
to.
Rooster grins and offers Daisy his hand. Daisy happily accepts it.
Shall we?
Yes, we shall.
With that, the two walk off as we pan to a nearby tree. Slowly, Mud pops his head out from behind the tree, watches Daisy and Rooster head off, then frowns.
That's Sister Suitable holding hands with Daisy. What's that dork up to with my girl?
And so, as some music begins to play, we cut to various vignettes over the next few days. First, Daisy and Rooster are holding hands and walking along by the lake. The two adoringly gaze at one another as Mud tiptoes towards them. Frowning, he makes a lunge at Rooster, but Rooster and Daisy, in their daydream gaze at one another, move aside and Mud splashes into the lake. He comes up sputtering, and angrily splashes the water with his fist. Next, we cut to Daisy and Rooster each having an ice cream cone. Daisy giggles and she playfully bops Rooster's nose with her cone, leaving some ice cream residue. She trots off as Rooster dizzily grins while Mud approaches him from behind. Mud growls and goes to grab Rooster, but Rooster, in his smitten daze, tosses his cone aside to playfully chase Daisy, only for the cone to smush into Mud's face. Mud stumbles backwards at this and falls into a nearby trash can. Finally, Rooster and Daisy, hand in hand, walk along past some lawns, again both adorably gazing at one another as they do. Mud pops out from a nearby bush, and he frowns and rears his fist back to punch Rooster, but he soon steps on a rake and it thwacks him in the face. Dazed, Mud stumbles back a few steps and he falls into a pile of cut grass. In a heap, Mud spits some grass out and he glowers.
I hate that kid.
We soon cut to another passage of time. Daisy and Rooster are once again hand in hand, both looking to be on cloud nine. They walk past Emmett and two other boys, who watch the pair with smirks.
She's with Rooster again.
I know.
Boy, your cousin has it bad for the new kid.
I know.
You're not upset about it, are you, Emmett?
No, it's fine. Rooster's my pal. Besides, I trust him with my cousin Daisy over any of you palookas.
Daisy and Rooster soon go past a group of girls, who giggle and wave at the couple. One of the girls speaks.
Aw, aren't Daisy and Rooster such a cute couple?
I sure am having a nice time today with you, Rooster.
Same here. In fact, I've had a nice last couple of days with you, Daisy.
Oh, you.
I mean it, Daisy. You're the first girl I've ever felt this way about.
I am?
Yeah,
Taking Daisy's hands in his and gazing into her eyes, Rooster smiles and begins to recite.
I want to love somebody. I hear you need somebody to love. Oh, I want to love somebody. I hear you're looking for someone to love. Don't you need to be arm in arm with a good friend? Oh, 'cause Daisy, believe me, I'd sure love to call you my girlfriend.
Daisy looks over to the girls, who all squeal silently with glee. Daisy, giggling herself, turns back to Rooster and smiles, gazing into his eyes.
You already won me over, in spite of me. Don't be alarmed that I've fallen, head over feet. Don't be surprised that I love you, for all that you are. I couldn't help it. It's all your fault.
Rooster and Daisy hug, and they both, in unison, let out comically long, smitten sighs, then gaze into one another's eyes again.
Daisy,
Uh-huh.
I'd like to show you how much I like you right about now.
What a coincidence, because I want to show you how much I like
You do?
it. Uh-huh. But you gotta close your eyes first. And no peeking now.
Deal.
Rooster grins, then closes his eyes and eagerly puckers out his lips for a kiss. Daisy, in turn, smiles, moves closer to Rooster, then softly, playfully, gives him a light slap across his cheek. There is silence for several moments as Rooster, processing what has just happened, slowly unpuckers and opens his eyes.
Daisy,
Mm-hmm.
did you just slap me lightly across the face?
I sure did.
Okay, follow up with question then. Why did you do that?
Oh, right. I forgot you're new in town. That's just the way us kids show we like one another around here. That's all.
With a slap?
Of course, silly.
I I don't understand.
Meanwhile, Emmett comes walking over to the two, chuckling as he does.
Don't overthink it, Rooster. Every fella around here and every girl around has done it. It's just a tradition we all have.
Sheesh. I can't imagine what you do if you hate someone.
Here, allow me to explain. When a bird loves a bird, he can twitter. When a puppy falls in love, he can yap. Every pigeon likes to coo when he says, I love you. But we here like to say it with a slap.
When a whippoorwill's in love, he can whimper. All the horses neck and all the turtles snap. Every deer and every dove has a way of showing love. But here we like to say it with a slap.
Daisy lightly slaps Rooster's cheek again.
Oof. I get the picture.
You can ask any kid, oh, there's nothing to compare. We love to have strong or weak. If you're ready for romance and you ever get the chance, grab your girl, give her your cheek.
Rooster looks to Daisy, who playfully smiles and holds up her open hand. Rooster grimaces and shields his face briefly.
Wait a moment. Daisy, do you suppose we could try my way of showing how a person likes one another?
Well, sure. I think that's fair.
Okay, good. Really good.
Slowly, Rooster motions for Emmett to leave. Emmett gives Rooster a confused look, as Rooster glares right back at him, though he still speaks to Daisy as he does.
This is the kind of thing you understand, where only two people are needed.
Oh! Oh! Right. I'm gonna go do something that's not near here. I get your drift, Rooster, old pal. Don't worry. I won't make a big deal out of it. Hey, y'all! I think Rooster and Daisy are about to kiss.
Ugh, Emmett!
A kiss? Oh, golly, I ain't ever kissed a fella before.
Well, I've never kissed a girl either. But, I'm happy to have you be my first, Daisy.
Same here.
Rooster grins and inches closer to Daisy, who demurely smiles. Soon, Rooster puckers up and slowly leans in. Daisy also puckers up and leans in. Meanwhile, some of the girls lean forward in anticipation.
Ooh, here it comes.
Unfortunately, Rooster and Daisy don't get much further. Before they can kiss, we suddenly hear something shouting out in the distance.
Ah!
Oh,
What is it?
I know that yell anywhere. It's Mud.
Uh-oh.
Indeed, Mud, looking very angry, is storming up to Rooster. Emmett jumps into Mud's path, striking a tough guy pose as he does.
Stop right there!
Mud pie faces Emmett and shoves him down, continuing his march.
Ow!
Alright, this has gone far enough. I'll put up with you carpooling around town with Daisy, but no one, especially no sissy city boy, tries giving my girl a smooch.
Mud, get it through your head. I'm not your girl. I never was your girl, and I never will be either.
Oh, you're just saying that 'cause you're shy. Deep down, you know you like me. Just you're flirting with this big goof to make me jealous.
Ugh, in your dreams and my nightmares, Mud.
Why, you?
Hey, the lady said back off. So back off, you big, loud, obnoxious bully.
There is ominous silence as Mud stares a hole through Rooster, who nervously, but still putting on a brave face, stares right back.
You don't think Mud got mad at the new kid saying that, do you?
Emmett slowly looks at Mud's face. Mud's eye is twitching angrily, and his lips curl into a snarl as he begins to growl angrily.
I think it's a distinct possibility.
You are a dead man. I'm going to break your face into a million pieces. Then you won't be able to free flirt with Daisy.
I'm sick of getting pushed around. I had to deal with Mr. Pirelli doing it to me. I'm not letting Mud do it to me. Mud, you're gonna stop terrorizing everyone here. And if I have to be the one to stop you, so be it.
So you're a tough guy, huh? Well, if that's the case, then we're going to Barton's Wood to settle this. And only one of us will come walking back.
Mud motions towards a path leading to some woods, then he begins to march towards it, Rooster eyeing him the entire time as he does.
Rooster? Rooster! Do you realize what you just did?
Yeah?
And you're actually gonna go through with this?
Yeah?
Wow, you sure are brave, new kid. Stupid, but brave.
Rooster goes to head down the same path as Mud, but Daisy, nervous and scared, gently grabs his arm.
Rooster, don't do this. Mud doesn't fight fair. He'll hurt you. I just know it.
This has to stop, one way or another. I'm not gonna let that jerk bully me, or any of you guys around here anymore.
Rooster gently takes Daisy's hand in his and gives it a suave, lingering, sweet kiss.
Mwah. I'll be back safe, I promise.
With that, Rooster goes marching off to follow Mud, as Daisy, meanwhile, briefly fans herself, smitten.
Oh, wow. Handsome and brave, too. Golly.
Daisy! Let's not forget he's right to find Mud the psychopath.
Right. Oh, gosh, we have to find Happy. And quick, come on.
Emmett and Daisy hurry off as, meanwhile, Rooster has ventured into the semi-deep part of the woods. He soon spots Mud standing a few feet away, holding a big stick in his hand as he does.
Well, I'm kind of surprised the sissy showed up.
Yeah, I did, because I'm no coward.
Yeah, maybe. But you're a dead man, that's for sure.
Rooster begins to discreetly scoop up some dirt from the ground as Mud advances towards him.
Before we start this fight, I have one thing I'd like to say.
Make it quick.
You, got a little something right here.
Wait, what?
Right here.
Rooster tosses the dirt into Mud's eyes as Mud puts his hands to his face and stumbles backwards.
Ah! Oh, you cheating dog! I'll fix you!
And so, the fight is on between the two boys. Mud swings several punches at Rooster, but misses them, as Rooster manages to duck in time from each one. Rooster, on the other hand, stomps on Mud's left foot, then his right foot, then elbows him in the stomach.
You little freak! I'm supposed to be the one beating you, not the other way around!
I'm not such a sissy, am I?
Oh, I'm getting bested by the dog named Rooster. I'll never live this down.
May I remind you, your name's Mud?
That's not even my name, it's just a damn nickname!
What is your name then?
Hello, wishes to every damn Abercrombie.
Could you repeat that slower?
Oh, for God's sake, back to fighting! Ah!
Mud lunges at Rooster and the two tumble to the ground, grappling. Meanwhile, back at the honky-tonk, a frantic Daisy and Emmett are explaining the situation to Patty.
He just went off to fight Mud. Happy, it's awful.
Yeah, Rooster's goose might just get hooked.
Ah, goodness, I was afraid this was going to happen. Come on, you two, we'll ride to the woods in my pickup truck. Hopefully that fight won't go on too long before we get there. Back at the fight, Rooster, now sporting some bumps and bruises, backs away from Mud, also sporting bruises and bumps, who is looming over him.
Any last words before I turn your face into goo?
Yeah. Pick two.
What?
Never mind, I'll pick for you.
Rooster pokes Mud in the eyes, Three Stooges style.
Oh, Grump! Stop fighting dirty!
This was your idea, remember?
Mud frowns and backs up a step, then charges at Rooster. Rooster sidesteps, and Mud crashes into a tree with a loud thunk. Mud, dazed, falls backwards onto his back. Rooster carefully steps over to Mud's fallen form.
You give? Do you?
Silence. Mud remains still. Rooster, concerned, kneels down to Mud and gently shakes him.
Mud? Mud? Are you okay? Oh, he might really be hurt. I'd better go get help.
Rooster turns to head off, presumably to go get help. But suddenly, Mud grabs Rooster's ankle and stops him. Rooster splats onto his face from this as Mud, an almost psychotic look on his face, gets up, blood trickling from his nose as he does. Rooster gets to his feet and looks terrified, the color draining from his face.
Oh, crap.
You made me break my nose. Made it bleed. No one makes me bleed my own blood. No one.
Mud pulls out a large pocket knife from his pocket, unsheaths it, and holds it up in a stabbing position, stalking towards Rooster, who backs away nervously from Mud.
Mud, while I don't want to make you angrier than you already are, I just want to point out with all due respect, you've completely lost your mind.
Mud doesn't answer. He just cackles like a madman as he chases Rooster towards the edge of a ravine leading down a very steep hill. Pappy's pickup truck, meanwhile, pulls up nearby, and he, Daisy, and Emmett get out.
There they are!
Hurry, we have to get to them.
Meanwhile, Mud stalks Rooster closer and closer towards the edge of the ravine as Rooster tries to keep his footing.
Mud, let's just call a truce. This is crazy. Stop.
Oh no, I don't stop what I can't finish, sissy boy. Ah!
Mud charges full speed at Rooster, who blocks a stabbing attempt, but the two tumble almost over the edge, hanging on to some nearby roots for dear life.
Oh no.
Daisy, stop! You might get thrown in the crossfire!
I can't hold on much longer.
If I go, you're going too, buddy boy.
Rooster spies a large pile of mud just above him. He strains to reach up and he manages to grab a pile of it in his hand.
I hope this works better than a pie.
Rooster tosses the mud up into the air, and it comes down and lands directly into Mud's face. Mud sputters and goes to wipe his face, but this causes him to fall backwards down the ravine. Rooster, unfortunately, can no longer hang on as well, and he too slips and tumbles down, just as Daisy, Pappy, and Emmett reach the edge.
Ah!
No! Rooster!
Both of you, stay back! Silence. Pappy peers over the edge of the ravine, but spots neither Rooster or Mud. He backs away, horrified, then shakes his head as Daisy, tears flooding her eyes, buries her head into Emmett's chest. I don't see either of them. Dang nabbit.
No! Rooster! Pappy, what are we gonna do?
Let's get back to town and call an ambulance. That's about all we can do. The trio sadly head off. Back in town, Pappy has parked his pickup, and a crying Daisy and sad Emmett get out of it as Pappy goes to a nearby phone booth. Meanwhile, some kids gather around and watch what's going on with nervous energy.
Oh no! I think something bad happened.
I really liked him. He was the first boy I ever felt that way about. Oh, Emmett, I think I might just die of broken heart.
I understand. He was my friend, my new buddy. Oh, Rooster, why do you have to be so stubborn?
The two hug silently as soon we hear someone groan in pain off camera. Emmett briefly glances in the direction of the noise, and his eyes light up.
Rooster?
What?
Daisy looks, and indeed, Rooster, banged up, limping, but alive, is making his way towards the duo. Happy tears now flood Daisy's eyes as she puts a hand to her mouth, lets it drop, then begins to dash towards Rooster.
Rooster! But look! Rooster's okay!
Well, I'll be a... Oh, Rooster boy, you're okay! Daisy throws her arms around Rooster and hugs him tightly as he hugs back and spins her around gently.
Oh, I thought you were a goner.
I thought so too. Luckily, a large bush broke my fall. I feel like a truck hit me. But I'm okay.
Thank goodness.
The kids cheer and celebrate as Pappy and Emmett join in as well. Soon, we see a stretcher being manned by 2 ambulance workers taking away a groggy but still alive Mud.
Look!
I guess he survived too.
So, you're the new kid who escaped juvie, huh? You're lucky all you have is a broken leg, bud. But you're gonna be going back to juvie for a long time.
Whatever.
Well, I guess we don't have to call an ambulance after all. Which means I can make a new phone call.
Two.
Well, to an adoption agency, of course. I was just like you when I was your age. I think we'd get along just fine. I'll become your adopted guardian. If that's all right with you, of course.
Oh, Pappy, do you mean it?
Of course I do.
Pappy, you're wonderful.
I've been telling people that for years.
Well, Mud is going back to juvie. Daisy and Rooster look like they're gonna be in it. It looks like things worked out for everyone.
Suddenly, a girl comes up to Emmett, giving him a flirty giggle and smile as she does.
Hiya, cutie pie.
Emmett gives the girl a confused, somewhat incredulous look, then points to himself in a, "Who, me?" gesture. The girl nods and, with another giggle, she lightly slaps Emmett across the face. Emmett recovers, then, after a few seconds, it dawns on him, and a big grin spreads across his face.
Included for me.
Emmett and the girl link hands and happily skip off. Meanwhile, Rooster and Daisy hug again as Daisy giggles, then slowly holds up her hand. Rooster cringes, thinking he's going to be slapped again. But Daisy instead puts a hand to Rooster's cheek, then leans in and kisses his other cheek. Rooster blushes with a dazed grin, and he kisses Daisy's hand twice, and the two hug once more as our story comes to an end.